I think today is going to be a very important day in the decision-making process. So this morning the Element has a appointment with a local mechanic in town here in San Antonio. Looks like they had some pretty good reviews online, so I gave them a call yesterday and they got me in first thing this morning. For one, it definitely needs an oil change. It's pretty overdue. I haven't done that in a few months. And then I obviously want them to look into the oil leak issue as well, see maybe if they can find something that the previous mechanic back in Massachusetts couldn't find. And then I'm also going to have them look at the check engine light and just give me like a general inspection of the vehicle. I kind of want to get their opinion on it, how much work really needs to be done, what I need to do to the suspension, I guess, to get it safe, to get it so that it's comfortable to drive, and just want to get an opinion on it. This is going to really help me in deciding whether or not I want to keep the Element moving forward for a couple more years, put some money into it now, or if I want to try to move on to something else. This process has pretty much taken the whole day at this point. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, and they did give me a ride to the Starbucks here, the mechanic shop. They've been really awesome, really helpful through the whole process, but there are definitely a few issues that I'm having them take care of. The VTEC solenoid, the gasket in there needs to be replaced. That's what I was thinking it was a while back when my grandfather and I attempted that repair and failed miserably, so hopefully they can get it taken care of and the leak stops and won't be leaking oil anymore, so that's a good thing. Definitely needs suspension work. I think I'm going to probably try to tackle that myself if I do decide to keep the Element. And they're also going to be addressing the check engine light as well, and they did an oil change. So quite a bit of work that's been done. They're going to have the Element for pretty much the whole day today, but fingers crossed it takes care of some of these issues and I'll be okay for the future. How's it going? So it's the next day now. The Element was in the shop pretty much the entire day yesterday, from like 9 to 5 I was there, and it was a very long day, but they did get a lot of work done to it. It was kind of expensive. It wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, but they were super helpful, and they hopefully took care of some of the issues. The check engine light is no longer on. They did change the oxygen sensor, and that seemed to clear it. I'm not going to know for sure until I drive it around for a few more days and get a feel for it. Maybe in a week or so, if it comes back on, that would be a problem, but hopefully it doesn't, and hopefully that took care of the issue. They also replaced the gasket on the VTEC solenoid, like I said yesterday, and they were pretty confident that that was going to take care of the oil leak issue. They looked at everything. They really broke down the engine. They spent a lot of time inspecting it and doing a full multi-point inspection, and they said that that was the issue. So hopefully it took care of it. Last night when I parked here, as soon as I got here, I put some paper towels underneath where it was leaking previously onto the driveway here, so I'm going to take a look at it. I have not seen these paper towels yet. Hopefully there's nothing on them. Looks pretty good. I don't see oil. That's probably the first time the Element has not leaked any oil overnight in over 6 months at this point. I'll be keeping a close eye on it over the next few weeks, but no more oil leak, no check engine light. Seems like a couple of steps in the right direction. So my plan for lunch today is to make something that I really enjoy making. It's probably one of my favorite dishes to make. It's really easy, really straightforward, and it's definitely something that I've made a couple of times before on this channel, looking at previous videos. But the catch today is that I'm going to be making it in my brand new Instant Pot, my mini Instant Pot that I got for Christmas, and I'll be using the Kodiak to power that, and I'm going to be giving it a try. This is the first time I've used the Instant Pot. It's brand new. I just undid all the packaging and the plastic seals and all that, so I'm pretty excited to give it a try. The dish is a Thai-style red curry. I'm going to be making it with chicken for the first time ever, actually. I've always done this before with tofu or just with vegetables. I've kept it vegetarian, I guess you could say, but I want to try it with chicken because I want to see how the chicken cooks in the Instant Pot. The Mongolian beef that I made a month ago when I was borrowing my friend's Instant Pot and I tried this for the first time, that works really well, so I'm thinking that the chicken should as well, but I'm curious to see how it turns out. I'm also going to be using some bell peppers and some onions and then some carrots as well to give it some extra flavor, to put some other things in it, and then mixing it together and serving it over rice. I'll put a link in the description below to the recipe that I'm using, but like I said, it's pretty simple, and I'm really hungry, so let's get this thing started. Curry paste has quite a strong smell. I'm still not 100% sure if I've figured out how to use these Instant Pot things. The idea is that you put the curry base in, like the coconut milk and then the curry paste, and then you put the chicken in and then you let it cook on the pressure cooker mode for 4 to 5 minutes or so. Apparently it needs to come to pressure first though, and then the timer will start to count down. I need to like watch a tutorial video though to make sure that I'm doing this right, because it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, just kidding. I think I got this figured out. There's a little metal thing, and it needs to like pop up, and that's when it means it comes to pressure, and then it sits for a certain amount of time. You let the timer go down, and then it works. But it seems to be working pretty well. It's definitely drawing a lot less power from the Kodiak than the bigger version, which is obviously pretty self-explanatory, but seems to be a lot more efficient, and I really just want to eat it, so I hope that it finishes up here. That's the beep right there that just happened, so I think that means the timer starts, it's fully at pressure, and in 4 minutes the chicken will be ready to go. I mean, it's not bad necessarily. It's also not really very good though. The curry is not really the same consistency that I like it. I like it to be a little bit thicker. It doesn't really have as much flavor either. I don't think I used enough of the curry paste when I was making it. And also the chicken is, it's not, like I said, it's not terrible, but it's a little bit overcooked. I pretty much ate all of it, so that means one of two things. Either A, I was really, really hungry, or B, I actually kind of enjoyed it a little bit. And I really hope it's the latter, because I made a huge amount of this, and I'm pretty much going to be eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for at least the next couple of days, maybe even longer than that. I don't know, when I make curry, I really want it to have a lot of flavor. I want it to be like an explosion in your mouth kind of thing. You want to feel spicy, you want to have all that flavor, like when you get a Penang curry or a red curry at a Thai restaurant, and this didn't quite have that flavor. So the next time I make it, I definitely got to figure out how to get it to taste more like it does at a restaurant. Regarding the performance of the Instant Pot though, I'm definitely pretty happy with it, and the Kodiak seemed to work really well. The Kodiak wasn't even fully charged when I used it today, and I really feel like I could have made another meal, maybe even a second meal in addition to the one that I made with the Instant Pot and not had any problems. I feel like the Kodiak would have been able to power that, and this Instant Pot, like I said before, is a lot more efficient. Seems like something I'm going to be able to keep doing a lot moving forward. Probably need to figure out how to make the food a little more flavorful. I've already said that, but that's just part of learning how to cook and how to mix ingredients together and whatnot, so it'll be a learning process, but I'm going to challenge myself to keep using it as much as I can over the next few months and once I get back on the road. Regarding the decision with the Element, I think yesterday was a pretty good day, and it doesn't really matter which way I decide to go. Either way, yesterday was a good thing, right? If in fact the oil leak issue is taken care of, if the check engine light issue is taken care of, those are two things that, you know, if someone is maybe looking at buying the Element and they look underneath and they see oil everywhere and they see there's an ongoing issue, it helps to not have that, right? It helps for that to not be a problem. So that's a good thing. And if I do decide to keep it, it's also really good to just not be leaking oil constantly and have to constantly be thinking about that. The mechanics that I went to yesterday on multiple different occasions, they really didn't stop talking about it. They said it on a couple of different times, that the Element is just getting broken in. They said you have a Honda, you know, 170,000 miles, it's nothing. These things will go 300, 400,000 miles without problem. The engines are great. And yeah, it does need suspension work. That's something that's the next project. That's the next thing that either I will take care of or whoever buys it will have to take care of from me. But that's really it. If I can get the suspension and the brakes and make sure that everything's good to go down there, that's really all that matters at this point. Once that's done, I think this thing will be able to go for a couple more years. And really, for me, it's just making that decision on whether or not I want to go with something a little bit bigger. I don't think I'm going to upgrade though to anything much bigger than the Element. I mean, I might go with a compact cargo van. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point, and that's really probably going to be my only option. But I don't really see myself wanting to get into some big old Class B or some massive high top. I know I've talked about it before, and I've been on the fence, and I've gone back and forth a couple of different times, and at this point, I like the idea of living in a compact space. I like the idea of not having to pay a ton of money in gas mileage. I drive all over the place. I spend tons of times in cities. I love being able to stealth camp in cities and stuff like that, and It's a lot harder to do that in like a Class B RV or in a huge high top conversion van or something like that. But I don't think I need much more than what I have right now. I'm happy with the Element. There are issues that I have with it, and I might be making a video talking about the different issues that I have with the Element build at some point in the next couple of weeks here. But that's kind of where I am with all this, guys. And I don't know. I feel like yesterday was a good day. Yeah, I spent a little bit of money at the mechanic, and I definitely went above my budget. I didn't expect to spend as much as I did, but I did get a really awesome checklist of all the things that need to be done, and I got quite a few of them addressed. So we'll see what happens in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. My plan is to actually fly out of here tomorrow. I'm going back to Massachusetts to spend some time with family, doing like a really late Christmas celebration because I didn't really get to celebrate Christmas during Christmas time itself with them, and also my cousin is getting married. That's probably the biggest reason why I'm going back, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And then I'll be coming back to Texas. Like I said before, I'm not 100% sure how much longer I'm going to be here. I think it really depends on if I decide to keep the Element or if I decide to get another van, and then my path of where I'm going to end up going after this will vary based on that decision. But I would like to make that decision pretty soon after I get back to San Antonio after spending time with family. I'll talk to y'all in the next video.